Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Come on! Come on! Let's go! Need it, John! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Come on! Let's go!
This 20, good luck. During the entirety of the 2020 offseason, it was thought that Buffalo had one of the best rosters in the league, but it was considered that they'd be held back by their quarterback. Like Josh Allen, in the early 27 games across the first 2 seasons, was unable to deliver, as one would say in a very desirable manner. But now we have witnessed significant improvements in ball placement, decision-making, and even improvisational skills are better, all of which begs to ask what has changed from 2017 to 2020. One may wonder why we see such changes and improvements, going about 350 yards every game while making little to no mistakes, leading an arguably very dangerous Buffalo team. One of the important aspects of Josh Allen's rise is that Josh has emerged to be a very comfortable rotational passer. Rotational passing entails understanding the mechanics of throwing a football. The art of accurately throwing a football includes a mechanical approach, understanding, and rotational skill. Effective throwing a football demands control over the body, where the more control you have on the lower body, the better and more rotational torque one is going to be able to produce more force and strength. Accuracy problems faced by Josh last year largely stem from the under-rotation of the torso and dragging of the back leg through the release. So from being the worst deep ball passers ranking amongst the 30s, now he qualifies to be one of the best. Standing at around 6th position, one might inquire what did he do to become such an effective rotational passer? And perhaps quite an interesting answer to this also unravels how Josh managed to climb up the rankings so quickly. Allen, instead of doing a traditional pivot, now adds a front foot hop, enabling him to open the toe even further during the weight transfer, allowing him to finally and effectively bring that back foot through and making his release point much more solid. Phenomenal ball placement. This, when paired with the natural arm talent of Josh, coupled with improved body mechanics, ensuring good ball placement. The front foot hop is not new. We have witnessed many other players do it before. While some coaches may disagree with this mechanics, as it kind of goes against the traditional style in working a football, however, it is more of a comfort thing that enables the players to effectively bring their back leg through, helping them to improve their release point, which one can strongly argue is the essence of more or less all that matters in football. A release needs to be effective, rather than being pretty and ineffective, which stands very much true in the case of Josh Allen, where it has been greatly effective in throwing down the middle, deep left as well, and deep right. Allen has been using this technique in almost every single kind of throw, which all have been overall truly tremendous, where the box score speaks for Josh itself. 350 yards in a game is highly commendable, and if Josh continues to play as such, it is likely that he won't slow down. Arguably, it's just not the mechanical technique that Josh has improved significantly over the years, but also his mental approach toward the game as well. He has really slowed down the game for himself, managing to manipulate the game through pump fakes, which allow him to create a room for himself. Josh now sees the game at a much quicker pace than before. He's able to read defenses much more effectively. Comparing to Allen's past 2 performances, Allen now behaves in a much more anticipatory manner, not in terms of reading the offensive play, but instead having the ability to understand how the defense is going to react to it. His awareness of how a defense is expected to operate, he is no longer fooled by the basic coverages and instead understands how the opposition is going to react, instead of falling for what they want them to see. One can find an example of him shredding the New York Jets defense, which mostly played cover 2 throughout the week 1, and then we witnessed him shred Miami, which mostly played cover 1 and covers 3 during the week 2. This tells us that no matter what he's been put up against, he has responded to it in an excellent, desirable manner.
I mean, I think one thing is the familiarity with the offense, understanding my protection, knowing where my hot answers are, knowing where I'm not protected, and just trying to get out of bad plays. 2, you throw that in with a guy like bringing in Stephon. You got guys like John and Cole and a rookie and Gabe Davis that work their tails off in practice. So our timing right now has been fantastic, and it's credit to those guys that are working hard and running full speed in practice. And then you look at our 5 guys up front.
Allen's approach toward the game has significantly improved, as in the game with the New York Jets, we saw him getting indulged in a cat and mouse game, where he identified the soft sky look in the cover 3. He then changed the play appropriately as per the requirements, in response to which the Jets following by making their own adjustments. In response to the Jets, Allen changed the game formation yet again, which resulted in a free touchdown to Josh Brown. Hence, arguably, Allen has learned to strategize the game, not only focusing on the physical technique, but the overall understanding and mechanics of the game. In very simple words, one can call it growth, where Allen has expanded his understanding of the game, improved real-time decision-making ability, and forecasting the opposition's moves. Allen's recent performances were getting Allen moved in and out of the line of scrimmage, effectively deciphering the defense's changing pictures and being right in the adjustments. This is quite exactly what's to be expected from a good quarterback. Finally, Allen is performing at an exceptional level where it is getting hard to trick him, which doesn't translate into him being god of the game and impossible to be confused. Like as in the match against Miami, they successfully got him for a couple of times through some looks which Allen probably had not seen before. It included a dropped pick six by Kyle Van Noy, which appeared to be a cover one funnel along with a simulated pressure, something that isn't very common to see most of the defenses run, and Allen was just not expecting Van Noy to cut into the passing lane. But at the same time, it speaks for Allen, where it took almost an exotic look for the defense to be able to pick on Allen. While one may argue Jets aren't a very strong team, as well as Dolphins are still under development, but one must appreciate good gameplay, a good throw, and an effective gameplay strategy. Some of the deep crosses which Allen was throwing to Diggs and Beasley were simply fantastic, something that isn't at all influenced by who he's playing against. An impressive ability to make the throw is most certainly admirable. Particularly, the throw made to Diggs had amazing accurate placement, something the old Josh Allen of a year ago just wouldn't have been expected to pull off. The old Josh would have been 5 yards away, as he simply wasn't that much accurate before. But now with the mechanical improvements, he is definitely very much improved. He might not be all the way there yet, but with his current performance and his young age, the sky is the limit for Josh Allen, who has started to be noticed as a future top 100 player. The 2020 season is only a few games in, and there has already been talk of Josh Allen being in the running for league MVP this year, which alone shows how great of progress he is making. People have started calling him the future Tom Brady of the NFL, which is a huge compliment by itself. Although it will be many years before we can determine if that will be true, it still will be exciting to see how he continues to progress. And with the Bills 4-0, it'll be even more exciting to see how far he can lead his team this season. With that being said, we end today's video. What are your thoughts on Josh Allen? This from 6 Point Media. Thanks for watching. Until next time.